G'day there, welcome back to the Raeside. Great to be back here for another discussion, another review, another episode review of Mando Season 3, Episode 2. Dropped last night, but can't wait to get into this discussion with you guys today. And I've seen some discourse already in the live chat. This is a live, complete, spoiler full review. So if you definitely haven't seen Mando, and we are actually going to talk about Bad Batch as well, this is the spoiler full review of it. This is where we get to talk about every one of our thoughts about the episodes and what we think. So if you haven't, I definitely recommend go away and watch it, and then come back and watch the stream a little later on. This is the spoiler full review of the episodes. But great to have you here and clear that up for you guys. How we doing? I only saw you 24 hours ago. Oh, yeah, and I think I'm all set up. I think the mic's working. I think you can see me on the screen. Everything's working. Happy days. Happy days. Oh, how we doing? How we doing, Chad? We've got Tundra in here with DB, Julie, Sublight and Star Wars Sith, Dave, Brooke, and JS, Indy Yoda. Shane, even you can't get enough of us, Shane, can you? I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're back. But of course, that episode of Mandalore. It has been almost. Actually, no. The last time we saw Mandalore was only 4 years ago. It was still a time ago. Still an amount of time ago. In animation, that is as well. You know, we've only ever seen Mandalore in animation. And this is the first time live action. It's the live action debut. So this is a really interesting episode. There's a lot of kind of details, lore, nuances, and all the different kinds of things we could talk about today. So let's start off with some maybe overall thoughts of the episode. What was everyone's first impressions, first thoughts and feelings with this episode? Hey Roman, how you doing as well? See you in there. Jared in the chat, amazing. I'll start off like what we usually do. I'll start off with kind of my point of view, my thoughts and feelings of this episode, and then I'll head to the chat, read yours. So as I'm telling you mine, let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. So Season 3, Episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore, or should it be called The Mines of Moria? This was a really enjoyable episode for me personally. I think I've been really looking for that like real deep Mandalore lore that we've all been talking about. I'm not the person that knows the most about it. There's very much like Mandalorian buffs out there, the bigger buffs than me. But I just love seeing it. I loved all the Mandalore episodes we got in Clone Wars. I was a big fan of those episodes. I love Bo-Katan. I love Satine. I love all the cries, the clans, and Sabine. The clan of Ren in Rebels. Even big fan of it. So to see it in live action was just so satisfying. But as much as it was satisfying, it was also incredibly sad because, of course, it is completely desolate, completely destroyed. And what once was a pretty booming city and planet of Sundari, and really the whole planet, is now just kind of a big what Mando described it well. Oh no, it was Bo-Katan. She said it's just a tomb now, which is very sad. But you know, that's almost kind of where the best Star Wars happens, when something's actually quite sad about it. But it means we have some sort of emotional relationship with it. So yeah, I really love seeing Mandalore. Really interesting creatures in this episode. The weird like dreadlock monster things with the 4 eyes were scary, and what the giant grievous looking droid with the eye. What in the world? That it felt very sequel trilogy, that creature actually. But cool little evil villain creature draw. I don't even know what it is. Which was very interesting. Just interesting aesthetic and location. It was a really, really cool setting. And obviously, episode ends with a bang. All right, let's get into the chat. What do you guys think? What do we think of this episode? Caleb coming in, really enjoyed it. Felt a bit slow, but the depth of the ep went well. Grogu got some time to shine as well. That's a good point of this episode. Grogu actually had quite a bit of time to shine, didn't he? Yeah. And oh my god, his little leaps, he can like jump and backflip now. Awesome. I really love that. We get to see him kind of kind of, yeah, grown up a little bit. Maybe being a bit more agile. Tundra agreeing it was a great episode. Andre in the chat saying, definitely for my first jump scare watching Mando. Haha, it was great. Yeah. Actually, there was a few moments that could have been a jump scare. When the monster came down, like jump scared Mando. And even when the creature like jump scared Bo-Katan as well. I got a bit of a jump scare there. And also when the droid thing, like claw thing, like closed on Mando, jump scare as well. There was like a few. Yeah, right? Balrog and all. Absolutely, absolutely. Very Star Warsy, says Shane. If that's a thing, of course it's a thing. Return of the Jedi vibes in the caves. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. Steezo in the chat. Actually, like the Bad Batch episode, the last 2 weeks of Mandalorian. Interesting. Back to the conversation. This is what we talked about yesterday. It's we can't really compare. One's live action, one's animation, two different periods, two different like purposes of shows. It's hard to be like one's better, but people definitely have preferences. And we talked about people's preferences, and yeah, that's really interesting. You've been enjoying Bad Batch over Mando. Very, very interesting. Dave coming in saying, I'm glad to see Bo-Katan and her sulking and moving off that uncomfy throne. Now, I am delayed with my reaction of the episode, but that is coming after the live stream. I'll post that up. But really, really funny. When we like went and saw Bo-Katan again, like I audibly said, "Oh, God, she's still sitting there. She's still sitting there." I was like, "Geez, she really is sulking." Jared saying, "When I saw Tatooine, I thought we were gonna have a side mission ep. That was a nice fake out. Yeah, like I don't mind, where we go somewhere else or see like a different location, because it was only briefly, right? Like it was only just to set up some key things, get R5 and those kind of story pieces that we needed, and it was kind of purposeful. We were only there for like maybe 3-4 minutes of the episode, so it's kind of cool. And always great to see Pelimoto. I know Julie, you'll be very, very happy with seeing Pelly again. But she was fantastic. And like, let's talk about the absolute Easter egg bonanza, like just that 2-minute scene had. I don't know if anyone else picked this up, but was Pelimoto conspiring with the Jawas at the time of Kenobi when they went and kind of frauded him out of stealing apart from Kenobi and then selling it back to him. That seems to be what Pelly is involved with the Jawas, which I thought was a really, really like it's a subtle thing to connect, but it's like the real deep fans who understand like and seen all the shows will maybe pick that up. Which anyone else notice that? That little concept that was in Kenobi and now in this show, I thought that was really cool as well. And of course, her missing tooth from that came in a bit of an action scene in Book of Boba Fett. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really, really cool. Did anyone notice that? Let me see. Yeah. I knew you would be happy, Julie. I knew you'd be happy to see Pelly. Hey, Sajid. How you doing? All right, let's go back up to where we are. This show put the lore in Mandalore. Yeah, totally agree. You know what? I always forget to do this. But let's have the music on in the background. Is it too loud? It should just be very quiet. Just have very quietly going on. It's a bit brighter in here. All right. Schizo already coming in with a rating 8.5 out of 10. You know what? I would probably join you there. I'd probably join you there, to be honest. 8.5. That's okay, Jansen. Great to see you anyway. She looked like what I look like after a bad breakup. That's amazing. Right, Jared? Right. Brooke coming in. Really disappointing to see that Din still struggles with the Darksaber. That was kind of a letdown, but Bo-Katan was great with wielding the weapon, so that sort of made up for it. Yeah, but if we think about it, like Din really only used it against Paz Vizsla, and he really hasn't used it again. Oh, he used it against Moff, but that's like twice he's used it. And from the episodes we got in Rebels with Sabine, it takes a hot minute to understand how to wield it. And it's all got to do with your connection with it and your understanding of it. So I don't know, I feel like there's a lot to wielding the Darksaber. I'm kind of okay with him not being fantastic at it, but I think that'll grow. I think that'll be a story point probably in the season. Like someone, maybe Ahsoka, maybe Sabine will come in and teach him how to wield it a bit better. Or even Bo. You know what? Could be even Bo. Hey, Sin City. He's still watching Mando since I just got home. No headphones till I'm done, so I won't hear the spoilers. Oh, good stuff. But I'm glad you're in the chat. Oh, you can't hear us, but that's okay. That's hilarious. Roman coming in saying I had mixed emotions. I love the nods diving into the Mandalorian mythology bit by Bo-Katan, but was a little upset to see Din getting so emasculated by getting rescued not once but twice. Yeah, but you know, I like getting rescued like isn't necessarily a complete putting down of masculinity, because I think in the overall run of the show, like I feel like, yeah, like my prediction is he will defeat the Mythosaur with Bo's help probably, but he will defeat it, and you know, it's okay to be rescued a couple times. I think that'll definitely even out throughout the show. I'm sure he will rescue Bo a bunch of times as well. Starbucks credited Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan was awesome in this episode. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her this season. Yeah, definitely my prediction of like her going through this character journey, like she's really, really like just bitter and stiff and just coarse of a emotional like state. I think that'll develop through the season. Because my if you watch my Mando Monday videos, where I was like predicting things for the season, one of my predictions was we get a flashback scene of Satine, and a flashback like Bo-Katan goes through some, like maybe she like passes out somewhere and she has a flashback to Satine, and like Bo has to like remember something Satine maybe's told her, or you know, just kind of advice she's passed on, and it kind of challenges Bo on how she's leading, because that's really her journey, isn't it, of leadership, her style of leadership. Dylan in the chat saying, great episode, can't help but wonder what that humanoid droid was trying to use Mando's fluids for. Yeah, what a bizarre, like, I'm sure that, like, I wonder if that's going to pop up again later in the season, but, you know, this could be just, like, a one-off droid, but, like, what an interesting invention, like, is it a creature? Is it a droid? Like, I don't know what to call it. And like when Bo like, you know, stabbed it in like the chest, and then like the head like fell off and like crawled away. It was so bizarre. But it was really, really cool. I want to know who designed it, because that was a really cool design of a droid. It gave me General Grievous vibes. Love Bo's quote of trying to bridge the divide between the fractured Mandalorian people as a whole and to unify. You mean? Yeah, she's doing her best. She's doing her best, isn't she? But I do think she has so much to learn about leadership and how she's going to do about it. Absolutely. I'm so behind on the chat already. I can already tell. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It's R5. I actually really loved. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy that R5 was involved? Now, I felt some sort of satisfaction where it's like, okay, for like the past like 45 years, no, 40, oh, geez, I can't math, 46 years. For the past 46 years, he's like, hasn't had a purpose, like he wasn't good enough to like, you know, be this great droid that R2 was, but now he gets his chance. I find that kind of nice. Welcome to becoming a member of the Ray Squad, Shane. Welcome. I can never see if you're Blue Squad, Gold Squad, or Master, but welcome to the Ray Squad anyway. We have a post-show live show right after this, so you'll have access to that straight away. So that's really fun, and into a bunch of. I need to be posting more polls and questions there for you guys, but there's a lot more coming, a lot more in the works from the Ray Squad at the moment, and we have our exclusive Ray Squad meeting this Saturday night as well. So thank you for joining. I hope you're going to have lots of fun. Hey, Yava Trooper. How you doing? Thomas coming in saying, I was loving that diary scene. Love to hear about R5 on the Rebellion. R5 shaking with nervousness was so funny, right? I love how droids can get nervous. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yes, it was Mythosaur. It was. Yeah. But Bo's got it down. She's got the Darksaber thing down. Roman saying, I love her character. She's an enduring positive pillar and provides a stable foundation for Mando to unload and relax things when things need fixing. We talking about Bo there? Talking about Bo? I gotta catch up with Kai. Welcome to the chat, Kai. Great to have you here. Hey, CT8354. That's hard to say quickly. What if the royal family kept the secret that the last mythosaur was living in the mines all along? Ooh. Yeah, I definitely think that conversation they had about family, I loved how they danced around it, where she was like, yep, my family's like royal. She talked about her dad, but like she didn't mention Satine, but like all Clone Wars people are sitting there being like, mention Satine, but she didn't. She didn't. Enough freeloading, I'm a member now. Thank you, Shane, you legend. Everyone, Race Squad, welcome Shane to becoming a member. Yeah, Anakin had to get rescued all the time. See? It's not a weakness. Not a weakness. I like how they were doing the meta rituals while the mythosaur was just chilling there. Right? Like, was he having a nap? I don't know. Did he have to get woken up or something? I don't know. Man, I wish Bo came to rescue me. Right? Hey, Timothy. Welcome. You're watching it again with the fam. I love that. You guys know how Bo-Katan should have the Darksaber? Yeah. Is this your theory? Keep going with your theory. I'll try and catch up to it. Infinite Multiverse back in the chat. Great to have you back, you friend. Bo-Katan looked like she was falling in love when Mando was reciting the Redemption Creed. What? Actually, let's talk about that. God damn. Like, let's address the elephant and let's address the mythosaur in the room, should I say. Do we ship it? Bo-Jaren? Are we gonna see a Bo-Jaren in this show? Or a Din Katan? Din Katan? Come on. I like the episode. I didn't take it as anything more than proof what a complete badass she is and that she's essentially born to rule or lead. Yeah, I really... The conversation of who should lead Mandalore is, like, so interesting to me because it's like, I feel like, you know, this is Din Djarin's show, but I'm like, I don't know if he should lead Mandalore because he's such a individual guy. Like, he's such a lone ranger, I guess. I feel like he is best suited to, like, being a ranger, essentially, of Mandalore. And I feel like Bo is more set up to be that leader, ruler of Mandalore, but, you know, I'm sure a lot of people would argue that, in this show they want Din to be the ruler. But I don't know. This show's definitely, like, turning into, like, the Bo and Din show, and I love it, and I think a lot of people will probably complain about that, but I really like that. I really, really like that. The last person to own it rightfully wasn't Sabine, but Maul. That's a good point. Sabine just, like, took it, right? So now that he's dead, the blade should stand as a free blade in a forbidden way. I like how you're not putting this in one message, CT. No one should be able to claim it, therefore it's independent, neutral in a way. That is an interesting theory. Maybe, I'm sure there's going to be some lore explanation down the road of like, oh yeah, Bo-Katan can have it, like, without killing Din. Something like that. They met Bo by rescuing him too. She's just more experienced as a warrior and a Mandalorian than Din. They will learn from each other. Yeah, I definitely think this is a team up. It shouldn't be one over the other. Exactly. Hey, didn't watch Mando yet, but I just wanted to drop in. Hey, Bing, go watch it quick and then you can watch back the stream. But we are smashing it with the spoilers. Hey, JS, welcome to the chat. Great to have you here anyway. My question is, if Din technically lost his battle with the Grievous-like creature, then Bo-Katan won the battle against the same creature, does the Darksaber now belong to her? Now, I had this question. I actually had this. I had this exact thought, Dave, while watching the episode, going, okay, so technically, like, if we say, yeah, Din lost it to the battle to the creature, and technically it's the creature now that, like, owns the Darksaber, and then Bo defeated the creature, does she own it now? Is it her saber? Actually, who has it? In whose possession is it in right now? Okay, gotcha, Thomas. That's hilarious. Julie, does this mean you were already a member? Did you upgrade your membership? Thank you so much, Julie. You haven't even experienced a members only chat. It gets wild in there. It's gonna be so fun. So after this, Julie, we're having a race squad only live stream's gonna be awesome. People who met or knows a Jedi can handle a lightsaber, while Din is like an average person in the galaxy. Yeah, true. Bo-Katan and Sabine are one of the special-ish technical term there. Oh yeah, for sure. If Satine flashback, I will be on the ground for a week. I'll be just overcome with emotion. JS, also I love both episodes. I was not expecting Bo to save Mando and also the Mythosaur. That was cool. Also Bad Batch, Crosshair is now good. I knew he would break eventually. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. We'll get to our Bad Batch thoughts very, very shortly. So keep them in your brains, because I'll ask you lots of Bad Batch questions very soon. You moved to Gold Squad. Amazing, Julie. That's incredible. So cool. Glad to have you on board. The podcast, exclusive podcast, is getting a little bit of a facelift and an upgrade at the moment, but it's coming very, very soon. Power couple, right? Bodin. Manbo! Manbo! I want to hear Grief Karga say Mambo. Naki Sharky, yeah. Mambo's good. Absolutely. Bojaran. Hannah, Bo-Katan was eyeballing Mando in that scene, thinking he was a 10 on your drip scale. Yeah, I reckon. I think so. Hang on. Is it reckon? Is that a word in the US? I reckon. Does that exist, or is that Australian? Caleb, do you think that's Australian exclusive? I reckon so. I don't know. Well, you just don't like Bo-Katan, Julie. That's why I'm saying that. You just don't like Bo-Katan. But yeah, fair enough. To be fair, I kind of agree with you. This show does not need romance. Technically, the dead monster captured Mando, so that should be the rule of Mando. Right? Also, let me know if the music is too loud. Yeah. Do we like the mood lighting today? I've really upped my ante on the mood lighting. Yeah, I feel like there's got to be. It's at least enough for like some decent fan fictions about it. Bo-Katan being a badass was so good. It was so awesome to see her with some solid screen time. Yeah, like you know what I need from this season of The Mandalorian is just like literally some badassery. I just need like Din, Bo-Katan, even whatever other characters come in, even Grogu to an extent. Like, literally just having some epic action scenes where, like today, like, the creatures attacking and they just take them all out. Like, I just want more of that, like, every episode, to be honest. That's what I'm wanting. I think Bo's more suited to become the leader. Didn't help regroup the people. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Grogu growled up Bo. They always say trust your pets or babies. Yeah. He's making more sounds, isn't he, Grogu? He's making some more sounds. Absolutely. The Darksaber is like the championship title. If the last champ owner is no longer able to defend, duel for it. The current holder can duel for it. Maul died, then Sabine fought and won rightful claim. Yeah, definitely. I think it's legitimate where it is now. It is legitimate in my opinion. When Din was saved, he started picking up all his weapons, and I thought he was going to hand the Darksaber to Bo for defeating the creature. And just okay, so he still has it, right? Like he's still holding on to it. You'll see it pop up in your YouTube. I make sure everyone can see it. You'll see it pop up in. You'll get like a notification after we end this stream later today. You'll see it pop up. 100 on cents in a love story. Man, I'm getting too much into this music today. Is it not? Yeah, I reckon. It's used so often. Okay, so Sam, you say it's often. Sajid, it exists, but no one really says it. It's not common, Andre says. Okay, all right. I reckon it can be American, but I've heard many people say keen. For many people, that keen is uncommon. Oh, saying like you're like, oh yeah, do you want to go to bloody Guzman? Yeah, I'm keen. Like that? Is that what you mean? Like saying it in that capacity? Oh yeah. I'm so keen. Really? Is America? Okay, Americans fact check us here. Saying keen as like is that an adjective? I don't even know what that is. Keen as in like I'm excited for something. I'm keen. I'm keen to go. I'm keen for the soccer. I'm keen for the cricket today. It's like I don't think there's cricket today. Just saying very much to my heart. I posted why very difficult for me. I'm done. I can't wait to get into that shortly. Julie, any last thoughts? Not really last thoughts, but just any more thoughts about Mando? Obviously, this is funny. There's another thing I was wanting from this season was the episodic like every episode we have a new destination and a new foe or a new challenge we go up against. Really worked for season 1 for introducing who Din is and kind of how he works, and it also fairly worked for season 2 because we were introducing these characters and new settings, going a bit broader into the galaxy. But I really wanted to kind of move from that episodic one episode is its like own pocket and then move on. But like personally, I wanted to move on from that in this season, and I feel like we might be doing that because, like, you know, we ended the episode yesterday of at a critical point of an action sequence, and I'm, assuming next episode we just take off from there. And so it might be looking a bit more arc-like we had in Clone Wars, which is honestly what I was looking for a little bit. In this season, in season 3. Keen is not used in America. Really? Bloody Guzman. Yeah, okay. Guzman's top tier, right? Keen is a bean. That's a classic one. Absolutely chuffed. Chuffed? I think I would say chuffed. What's chuffed? It's hilarious. Reckon is southern US. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. He is very close. Well, like, he really kind of half says Pelly when she's like, oh my god, did he just say my name? He kind of half says it. This is so fascinating. I like how we're having this Mandalorian discussion, but also discussing like the English language in the chat as well. Okay, you hear it sometimes. After watching Mando, I want more, and I know I shouldn't. Right? It's I do actually like how they ended it, like at this critical point. It makes us want it more. No upstairs new slaying the Regents. Oh, okay, that's fair. DB in the chat saying, so is Din redeemed by the end of the episode? Not sure what the results are from his original reason for being there. Hang on, what do you mean? Let me reread this. Hang on. So is Din redeemed by the end of the episode? Question mark? Not sure what the results of his original reason for being there. So talking about, like, do you think is he cleansed yet? Like, is he redeemed now? I guess he got in the water. I don't know. I feel like he had a bath. He bathed. He went deep into bathing. Crazy. Just enjoying Star Wars right now. It's back. Yeah, it does feel like it's got more of a punch. There's a lot more talk around. A lot more people watching. It's a good time. A very good time. Oh, Raz coming in with a cool theory, which I can almost back. I like this. I like this thought. Crazy theory, but I think we'll see a live action Bendu, and is one of the peers in and is the one that peers into Grogu's memories. I like this theory a lot. I think that'll be really cool. He was a bizarre one. The coral gorilla giant was he? No idea, but really cool element. And yeah, I think he would be a really cool character to pop up in this show, especially like what you're saying there for Grogu. Maybe bringing back his memories a little bit. Sin City coming in with the $2 Thank you for supporting me, Sin City. Appreciate it as always, friend. Mando and Bo will be bumping Beskar soon. Oh, Sin City. Good God. So visceral. But thank you, friend, for the dono. Mando with the win. Crikey, mate. He'll slay the Mythosaur, I reckon. Gee Wallachers. Wow, that's hilarious. That's the best sentence I've ever heard. It's great. Gil coming in saying, my only question is why Mandalorian drown? Why Mandalorian drown? What happened? Did Mythosaur pull him, or did he become unconscious? Actually, that's a good point, because when we saw, like, when Bo, like, looked at the Mythosaur, the Mythosaur was, like, pretending he was, like, asleep, and then he just woke up. That's actually such a good point. Oh my god. This is a great question. That's a great question, Gil. But, yeah, so he must have... Okay, I'm the Mythosaur. He must have pulled him down. I don't know. Does he have hands? If he's underwater, does he have, like flippers? Like a seal? Like a dolphin? Or is he... An underwater creature wouldn't have hands. Maybe webbed feet. Let's go with webbed feet. He's got webbed feet. How did he get him? He must have grabbed his legs or something. Maybe he could he's a giant creature. I feel like he could just... He doesn't need two for, like, per leg. I feel like he can just have one leg. And then he must have pulled him down. Pulled him to the bottom. Bizarre. Like, he didn't eat him. He just, like, put you on the bottom. And then Bo-Katan jumps in. This is what's happening off camera. Bo-Katan jumps in. Goes down to the bottom of where Mando is on the ground. Of the bed of the waters. And then starts going back up. Looks to the side. And literally, the Mythosaur gave her side-eye. He was just like, he pulled him down and just... Like, what? That's such a great point. That's, like, literally what happened. And then, like, as soon as Bo, like, looked at him, he was like, oh. Oh, the questions. Is that how it went? What do you guys think? Is that how it went? Oh, my lord. My lord. They have hands with claws? Jeez. Well, I can think he's going to look like raised Pescar cookies when he oxidizes. Yeah, true. That's true. That's the type of cookies I was making. It was one stressful bath, right? No wonder kids hate bath time. If you're trying to teach your kids to, like, enjoy bath time, don't show them this episode, because they'll think there's a Mythosaur at the bottom of their bath. Oh, dude. Where were we? Yeah, he technically bathed. He didn't take his loofah. Yeah, he was just standing on the floor, right? It's so random. Do you think Moff Gideon may appear again to try and go after Grogu for cloning purposes or any other purpose? Oh yeah, for sure. He's popping up again. We haven't seen the end of him. He's coming back. Wasn't pretending. Got a light shot on his face. But I feel like its eye was his eye not shut? And then he opens his eye? Maybe I'm just imagining that. I thought his eyes were shut and then he opens them and, like, looks at her. Okay. Well, maybe he was just sitting there and it was the light. You're right. You're probably right, Jansen, actually. I think it's like me walking to a public pool for the first time. I misread the steps until the last steps are at least stretched to the bottom of the deep end. Oh my, that's so awkward. That's hilarious. So you just, like, stepping in. Whoa. I love it. Mambo. Or what do we... It was Mambo or Din Katan? It doesn't have a good ring to it, though. Cyborg itself was a trap? Yeah, how cool was that? But it was clearly pretty clever. Wanted to make a normal trap that lets you do other stuff, like make more traps, hunt other ways, and watch the HoloNet. Yeah, fair enough. So, many questions. He dragged him underwater for the giggles and fell back to bed. Right? That's literally the explanation I can give. That's what happened. That is what happened. He had a sleepy look. You should write a book. He had a sleepy look. Mambo for life. I do ship it, though. I don't think we'll see it, but I do ship it, I have to say. Should we talk about I should have put a banner up, but should we talk about Bad Batch now? You want to talk about Bad Batch, gang? Make sure... Has everyone seen Bad Batch? Let me get a little banner up so people know what we're talking about. Just in case you haven't seen it and people are tuning in. And also, let's put a poll up. I never do... Well, I did 1 billion polls yesterday, but we haven't done one today. Let's do it. So we're gonna poll, what did you prefer again? Again, this is not what's better. It's not a fight. I'm not about to fight. It's kind of impossible to fight. two Star Wars shows together. Okay, what episode? Alright. Way, alrighty. What did we prefer? Bin Jaren. Bin Baron. Bo Baban. Wow. Bo Baban. Batan. Sorry. Why was I adding an extra B there? Bo Batan. It's hilarious. Tundra. It's really funny. Kind of interesting how the Mando picked up the Mando helmet was what led him to getting captured. Yeah, like how did the Beast know to like bait someone with a Mando helmet? Like super interesting. Oh. Alright. Let's take a look. What do we think? What do people prefer? This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm gonna like study this one. Let me close down these tabs. Alright, so 14 votes. Get your votes in. Live in the poll. Here we go. It is a tough one, isn't it? They were both good, but Mando by a hair. I think that like that's a really positive sign that like Star Wars is really good at the moment. If we can't choose between Mando or Bad Batch, it's awesome. Philip, welcome to the chat. Yo. Imagine how epic the Mambo wedding ceremony will be. Yeah, well, who would get invited? Pelimoto, Grief Karga. I don't know who else would be there. Who officiates it? I feel like Grief Karga should officiate it. Mandalorian show set in the during the Mum Cup Book of Boba Fett. That's so good. That's so good. I love that. That's amazing. Brooke saying I like both equally. I hope Lucasfilm could keep up the positive momentum with these shows. Absolutely. I think it's a really positive sign that people are like. I think that's why we almost had to have a conversation about it yesterday, because it was like that's really good. It's that like an animated show of like a random batch of clones is like competing with quality with the Mandalorian. Like that's a good sign. How about that Mythosaur? Eh, Ghost Rider? With you there, buddy. What about Gregor being sent to Bo? How long would that take? He could have been dead by the time he got back. Yeah, right. It was kind of a risk, but paid off, eh? Begrudgingly, episode 2 took a tad bit of more mature than. Hang on. Let me read this again. Begrudgingly, episode 2 took a tad bit more mature than the entirety of the cartoonish Book of Boba series. Yeah, it was a little parts of it were cartoonish of Boba. Oh my god. Halo 3. Oh, the best Halo. Can I play? I can never get plays from Australia. I always have to get like the US servers. Dang it. Dude, I want to go there. I want to play. That's awesome, Philip. No worries. Caleb, great to see you here. You back from members? Awesome. We'll be there soon. Maybe like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. Soon. Amazing. But let's talk about Bad Batch, because that was it was like a pretty deep and dark Bad Batch episode as well. But that's okay, Ghost Rider. That's so good. Dave coming in. Man, it was a great episode, but seeing this sudden shift with Crosshair in the Bad Batch has me very intrigued with how his character journey goes from here. Absolutely. I love Mando, but at the same time, Bad Batch for some reason made me feel more. I don't know, it's odd, but I loved both. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, I think we agree with that, Roman. I think we agree with that. So let's look at the poll. 28 votes. Let's get it over 30. Make sure you let me know what you preferred. Mando 2 or Bad Batch episode 12. 68% currently are sitting on Mando. That actually surprised me. To be honest, I thought it was actually going to be Bad Batch that takes the lead on that one. I thought it was going to be Bad Batch. Interesting. It was very deep and personally hit me so hard. Yeah, absolutely. If you're wanting to share, Julie, feel free to share how it impacted you, how it hit you. Absolutely. But yeah, just another beautiful story of the Empire being suffocating and oppressive, and the dehumanizing of clone troopers, and that really is what the Bad Batch is about. Even the Bad Batch in themselves within the clone army, it was about them becoming human and not so different from the other clone troopers. But that now, with this contrast of other clones, other stormtroopers that aren't clones, that are just people, and the Empire's treatment of clones. There's that really horrible, great line, but very awful, about. Crosshair's like, why don't you like using clones or whatever? And the lieutenant says, I don't like using used equipment. Oh, like, jeez, did we all just want to jeez. Really, really just, I don't know. I just maybe want to do Sith things to that guy. So that was Sith coming in saying, last week I liked Bad Batch better. Okay, this week it's Mando. Very close though. That's fair. I can vibe that. Get your votes in. I'm about to end the poll very soon. Also, can we talk about Crosshair's redemption? It was awesome. Plus, when Mayday got hurt, he showed compassion for the Regs for the first time. Absolutely. It was the first, I think, this episode was just a fantastic show of that, Crosshair's character development has been just super interesting, and it's been, he's actually held on to this for a while. I reckon there was probably about 3 or 4 episodes last season where it felt like, Crosshair's gonna turn around here. He's gonna see the light. He's gonna turn around, and he didn't. So he's held out for quite a long time, and it's so fascinating that we've gotten to episode 12 of season 2. So it's like it's taken 28 episodes for him to be like, this isn't the right thing anymore, which is kind of crazy. But we're definitely going to start seeing that turnaround. Brooke coming in saying, Bad Batch episode felt like a World War II era classic film, especially when talking about the scene, the sense of lost Crosshair felt for Mayhem. I gave off Saving Private Ryan vibes for some reason. Yeah, it definitely felt like that. For Crosshair snapping and called it, so I was watching in anticipation. When he shot someone from the tower, I thought it was a clone from it. I thought it was too. I couldn't understand who that was. I thought that was a clone or something. I don't know. Crosshair is getting tired of seeing the Empire discard his brothers like Bantha fodder. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely hitting him now. Ooh, that's a good question, Dave. That's the question this whole season is asking of Crosshair. Very, very interesting. Oh, that makes so much sense for him. Gotcha. Oh, the lieutenant had me punch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just had punched me in the face in just the shape of his face, the look on his face. I'm gonna punch it. Julie, Bad Batch this episode and a few others as well. As a veteran, clone scene in Obi-Wan is really relatable for veterans in all countries. And I got right away, and I got it right away and felt so much compassion. Yeah, it's really meaningful, and I think that's when Star Wars does well, is when it really relates to people's experiences. And it's really strange because it's, we're talking about this fictional galaxy. It's far away, but it's somehow still so relatable, and I think that's when Star Wars is really good, even though it's this mythical made-up thing. It's somehow can help us understand more about our experiences in this galaxy. Man about the face, not really the religion. Gotcha. Oh yeah, we never mentioned Buta Eve Classic, but that was brilliant. How good. Star Wars gets it in so many ways, in many shoes, on messages. Yeah, I was saying the exact same thing. I was really angry when they didn't call for a medic. I've dealt with military people like that. Yeah, man, it really is fantastic storytelling when it hits so close to home like that. That's an amazing journey there, Julie. Been, also really painful for you. I could imagine as well. But that's really amazing to see that portrayal on screen. Hey, that's really meaningful. Really meaningful. I could kind of foresee the lieutenant's death coming, given how he was treating the other clones. Yeah, you could kind of tell. Hey, you can really tell. This guy wasn't going to last long, really, which was satisfying. Absolutely, makes people think. Thank you, Double A. I appreciate it. See, Rey Skywalker. I love it. Just random story on that. My first Xbox gamer tag was Rey Walker. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I actually, you know what? There was like 10% of me that was almost going to call this channel Rey Walker. But I went with Raeside instead. That's so true. Yeah, but like same energy though, right? Oblivion Ninja. That's a great name. That's really fun to say. Oblivion Ninja. It's really fun. Same energy though, hey. It's just real assholes. For the longest time, Mando was my fave. This episode changed for me. Wow, I love Crosshair. That's awesome, JS. He's such a cool character. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. They've sharing the support there. Need to look after our veterans who defend our countries. Absolutely. After that ship explosion, did that trigger something in him? Yeah, well, I don't know, because I'm still confused on who Crosshair shot there. Like, he shot someone, and like, did he like successfully shoot them? I don't know. Really interesting. Lieutenant, so deserved that. I called it early. Some crazy crack would make Crosshair come back, and it was the Empire. Yeah, absolutely. I think I think it's just, it makes sense for his story here that he had to kind of go to the depths of how horrific the Empire is to really understand that he's not in supporting the right side, and he's not supporting what he thought the Empire was. He thought it was for stability, and which, granted, a lot of people in Star Wars think it is good. Is it? Yeah, it's a cool gamer tag. Oblivion Ninja. Oh yeah, bit of Krell. Just that really dogmatic and cutthroat. Absolutely. Without a doubt, I love the Star Wars franchise, but never got too emotional or moved in a way towards tears ever, except for the Andor series. My God, Luthen's speech, my word. Yeah, it really delving deep with Andor, with Bad Batch. Not really Mando. Mando's kind of different, but definitely Andor and Bad Batch. I'm finding similarities where there's just such an undertone. Well, Andor a bit more explicitly, but a big undertone of the commentary of political regime and societal control, which is I think is if you liked Andor, you're gonna like season 2 of Bad Batch and vice versa, because I definitely think these two are very similar. I think with Crosshair, he finally snapped when he saw the lieutenant act condescending when he asked for a medic for Mayhem. Mayday? Mayhem's an even cooler name though. But I think his name's Mayday. And until this time, he was trying to keep it together. I think so. He has to see his brothers die, not just hear it from Hunter to come back. Absolutely. Yeah, it's good. Krell. Yeah, similar to Krell. Absolutely. Most emotional Star Wars moment for me would be the ending of the Clone Wars Season 7, but this Bad Batch episode ranks just below it. Ooh, wow. That's a big call. I need to find the time to watch Andor. I've been so busy. Have you not watched Andor at all? Or do you mean like a rewatch? Have you literally never watched it? I don't know why that's fascinating. That's a fascinating concept to me. Hear me out that Cyborg and Mando was Gollum AF. You know what? Literally. And I wonder what the blood's for. I wonder why he took Mando's blood, or was trying to take Mando's blood. Snoke? Maybe it was Snoke. Palpatine's Palpatine. Maybe it's Harlow. Maybe it was Uncle Harlow. The Bridger. Oh, you legend. Coming in with a $20 dues. Thank you, friend. First, still don't believe. Still don't believe where you live is a real place. Second, and you, young Raeside, will watch your career with great interest. The good guy. And lastly, Star Wars Episode 1 is the best just like you. No, it's the best just like you, Bone Bridger. The legend, if just little sneak peek. Me and Bone Bridger have been doing a little bit of collaborating of late, cooking up some interesting conversations. Which the first episode, first conversation of it, is live on Bone Bridger's channel right now. So click. I think you can actually click his name in the chat. Check out his channel. We've got a conversation live up there, and also next week we're going to actually be viewing one of those conversations we had on the channel live together and talking about it. So little sneak peek. You'll find out about that more a little later on in a couple of days' time. Super exciting. But thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you for the big dono. Wow, appreciate it, friend. It means a lot. Great. I'm glad to have a friend in Tennessee. I don't think I know anyone in Tennessee, but I do now. Amazing. Tweed tone. Oh, that's hard to say quickly. Tweed tone. Love the key characters of Andor, but there was so much boring, useless character. I love it. It's now becoming an Andor conversation. There were so many boring, useless characters that got way too much screen time. I enjoy / prefer a fast-paced move from one planet to another in Mando so far. Yeah, fair take. Potatoes. I love it. I love the Lord of the Rings undertone in this episode. You have not? Wow. That's actually impressive. That's impressive. I'm not a massive Andor fan, but a lot of people did enjoy it. You might enjoy it. I will say that, like, if you enjoy this season of Bad Batch, like, you'll enjoy Andor because it's just that, but a lot more mature and a lot more in depth. It's like this episode of Bad Batch, actually, but in a season of a live action show. Okay, elephant in the room. Also, we're going to change that saying. Instead of saying elephant in the room, we're going to make it the mythosaur in the room, because it makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the mythosaur in the room. I'm calling it Crosshair. They're going to try and make him a prototype for the Dark Troopers. Ooh, I got to write this down. So Julie, I literally have I'm not kidding. I'm writing it down. Julie's calling, because then if it happens, I don't know what happens, but I'll give you something if this happens. So you're calling Crosshair. What will happen? Will become prototype. Yeah, prototype for the Dark Troopers. Interesting. The Dark Troopers. That's a cool prediction. I like that. See, yeah, Shane's got the same opinion. Not missing much with Andor. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Crosshair still undergoing some kind of programming questionable treatment? Because even though we see he's conscious getting him, he can turn back to soldier. Well, he doesn't have his chip, but I don't know if he's still. Well, we see him wake up in the medical facility on Taintus. So, you might be having some stuff happen to him now. Never mind. Satine's the sister now, I remember. Roman. I love that. Yeah, he's on the table for medical experiments, right? Right. Amazing. Yeah, Saturday or Sunday. There you go. Mythos in the room, right? It makes more sense. They might mix Crosshair's DNA with what the other soldiers' DNA in an attempt to make the perfect prototype for Dark Troopers or any other Special Forces trooper. You know what? That's true. Because it's like, I think they like Crosshair because he is like so good. Like, he's a sharpshooter and he's damn good at it. So I definitely think they want his blood, but they're not liking him not following orders. So I think they're still trying to maybe answer that question, how to fix that. Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll kind of, it's almost like a super battle droid with like a human element. I think that's what they're kind of aiming for with Dark Troopers, to be honest. But then eventually they'll go to robotic. Crosshair ended up in Mount Taintus. Yes, the Dark Trooper thing may happen. Yeah, it's a cool theory. I like it. Absolutely, I agree, Shane. It was like a great show, but like in my brain, it's not Star Wars. I was like, this is cool. But every episode I forgot it was Star Wars. Crosshair will play the dubstep around the corner from the dark strip. He's the one with he's got like a speaker just like holding it. That's right. I remember that. There was like that dubstep with the dark trooper scene. That was hilarious, wasn't it? Rex and Cody will rescue Crosshair from the medical labs. Yeah, I definitely think so. I definitely think there'll be a big team up. Bad Batch, Rex and Echo will come together to save Cody, and they'll find out more. They'll end up like all finding out what's happening on Taintus or something and trying to tell people about it or something. I don't know. Something's got to happen with big team up. I think Echo and Cody do have to come back together again for some sort of big mission like that. Absolutely. All right. So we're nearing the end of the show today, guys. So let me know your final thoughts on either of these shows. If we haven't spoken about something, absolutely. Do you think the scientists on Taintus are cloners? Them cloners. Yeah, probably. Let me know. Final thoughts on either show, before we start to wrap up for today. It's been a great conversation. Let me put a little banner for you all. Mambo. It's gonna be in my head forever now. Mambo. And members, remember, we're gonna have our post show live show just for members after this as well. Final thoughts. Accurate. The only final thought to have. Absolutely. No worries, Brooke. It's been a good conversation. Have you seen Chef? I don't know what that means. Have I seen a chef? Is Chef a show? I don't know how to answer that one. Thanks, Java Trooper. If you have a good one. Who's going to ride the Mythosaur? Probably. I think Din. I think like Bo will help him, but I think it'll be Din. And the episode was solid. So yeah, the votes are still up. 45 votes. 73% saying Mando. Damn, I really thought it was going to be equal on that one. Really thought it would be a bit more equal. Interesting. I'd give him. Let's give it out of 10. Give it out of 10. Mando out of 10. Let me know live right now. I do have the poll on the channel already, but I want to know live what you guys think. Mando out of 10. Drop your scores. I'm going to give this one Mando episode 2, season 3. Yeah, I think I said it before, and I will continue with this. 8.5 out of 10. I still think we have room to go maybe a bit more extravagant, maybe, is what I'm looking for. But I love seeing Mandalore, loved the subtlety, loved the location, the cinematicness? Is that a word? And the aesthetics of this whole episode. I thought it was really cool. Going down into the mines, and it just worked. Aesthetically, there's nothing to complain about. Nothing looked cheap. Nothing looked nothing looked cheap. Everything looked really well done. Final thoughts that Mr. Saw saw a religious fanatic on the doorstep and pretended he wasn't home. When like a Mormon knocks on your door. That's hilarious. It feels like Dave Filoni hit the Kinso? What switch with the Star Wars? What's that word? I'm not familiar with that word. The Kinso? Kindso? Not sure what that word is. Oh, JS, you legend. Sin City coming in with a 7 out of 10. Oh, JS, you're becoming a member again. Glad to have you on board. Can't wait to chat deeply in the next show. DB coming in with a 9. Shane with a 9. Timothy with a 10. Dank with a 9. Ruz with a 9. Oblivion Ninja with an 8. JS coming in, Mando a 9 out of 10. Bad Batch 10 out of 10. Bad Batch 8. Dave coming in, Mando is at 8.764 out of 10, give or take. Okay, I'll give or take a little bit. Infinite Multiverse coming in 9 out of 10. And Bad Batch was 8 out of 10. Oh, wait, 9, 10 last week, did you mean? Negative 10 this week? Maybe? Flying PJ coming in with 9. You got a round up? Fair enough. It was actually dark, wasn't it? The lighting was quite dark. Your IGN, then it's too dark to see anything. For sure. Absolutely had all the fixings of a great episode. It's the writing direction that leaves somewhat empty hole in the center of the cake. Yeah, I feel like there's just room for a bigger, back half of the season, in my opinion. This doesn't take away from how much I like the episode this evening, but I found it a bit unfortunate that the aliens of Mandalore were tongue. Yeah, fair enough. All right, Julie, I have something to say about Mando. How cool was it? R5 and Grogu flew the ship. I screamed laughing. So cool. Daddy Mando making sure he paid attention. Yeah, I thought that was a really cool scene. Like, really smart that, like, Grogu's, like, at that level where he can obviously, like, critically think like that and, like, team up with R5. Like, I had the same reaction, Julie. It was so fun. Julie come in with a 10 out of 10. Jared with an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I love the N1. It's so cool. About 27 3/4. I agree. 3 pint? What the hell, Sam? Enjoyed them both 9, but it might be 8.5. Fair enough. And Dave coming in. 10 out of 10 for the stream. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, we start to wrap up there for today. I love both of these episodes. I think Mando gets a little high for me. Mando was 8.5, and then Bad Batch is probably an 8 out of 10 for me. But Race Squad members, you'll see popping up in a couple minutes' time. We'll have our post-show live show just for you guys. Where we'll get into the nitty-gritty. We'll probably talk about the episodes and everything in between that we can't talk about elsewhere. So we'll be having that after the show. Thank you so much. If this is your first time here, second time here, or your 50th time here, thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Make sure you connect with me on social media if you haven't already, all at the Raeside on Instagram and Twitter. I don't have a Facebook, actually. Don't have a Facebook page, but consider subscribing and feel free to join the Race Squad down below. There's the join button. You can get some exclusive streams and conversations, and we're going to be having a Race Squad game night on the weekend, which is going to be super fun. So if you want to be part of that and support me here at the channel, you can do so there. I think that's all I had to say for today. I think that's all. This is the way. That is true. I never say that anymore. This is the way. This is the way. All right, gang. Great dialogue as usual. Absolutely. Get on that Twitter, Roman. Come on, at the Raeside. All right, gang. Thank you so much for today. Great discussion. Great review. Great to hear all of your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, always choose the Raeside. Every time. I meant to hit. Okay, I tell you how this happens. Let me just explain how this happens. So, with the video, so the Mando intro, I need it to end so it has me on screen again. But then the end screen, I need to hit a tiny button in the top corner that says loop video. So it just has the end screen on loop. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I don't think there's been one damn live show where something hasn't gone wrong. Oh, I'm just gonna stay here because, I usually come back for a post credit scene. Anyway, we're here now. Oh Lord Almighty! But anyway. Oh, I hate myself. It's shocking. One day I'll get it down. One day I'll have this completely all automated, all down pat. Nothing will go wrong. We'll just roll the show like normal, and it'll be so smooth that you won't know it's me. It'll be that smooth. Oh, God Almighty. All right. I gotta go. I'll see members soon. I'll post it in like a private community post, Julie. You'll see it pop up in 2 minutes time. Sit tight. Thank God I'm going to bloody end this stream. I'll see you guys later.